So this is Disaster Dragon build. I went top 8 with it. So far it's good, especially for this format since Chaos is going to be big. Did pretty good. Basic Disaster Dragon build. We got two red eyes, basically the whole system of the deck. I personally run 2 white knights, only because there's a lot of cards that target, spell and trap card wise. Deep Prison, they also have compulsory. This basically negates it. And also, if you have another monster on the field, like a red eyes or prime material on the field, you could destroy one spell or trap card, and they have to attack him. So he's a good defender also in a way. One Light and Darkness Dragon. Basically, he negates anything. Oh, I always summon him when I have Future Fusion already on the field. So once 5-headed comes out, there's no worries about 5-headed going anywhere. And also he's good for the loop when you have Genesis Dragon. Yamada. Most people are iffy about this, but the way I built the deck, it really doesn't have any draw power. So he's really my only draw power. And when you totem, you tribute a totem and you set this card down, people don't really think about what it can be. And when they run into a Yamada, they take 31 defense and you draw 5 cards. Basically draw up till you have 5 cards. So it's pretty good draw power for the deck. One Prime. He's a really good defender. I like him because you discard 1 card. I mostly discard dragons, especially totems. Because that's where I really want him, is in the graveyard. And he basically protects my other dragons, especially with White Knight on the field and you have Prime Material. He basically protects your White Knights from being destroyed from Mirror Force or Dark Ball. Genesis. Oftentimes, especially with the lineup I have a lot of high-level monsters. And if I have any lower-level monsters I really need in my hand, like another Mass Dragon or something like that, I'd rather ditch my high-level monsters to get another one just in case, they blow up the field. Double Coping Immune Drago. I used to run 3, because sometimes if I don't have a monster on my hand, it's basically, I have to set him. But he's really good in this format, especially if I go up against Chaos. I'll side in a 3rd one, just to take him out easier. And I normally tease my opponents by summoning Kokometer Drago and revealing another Kokometer Drago. 3 Wyverns, obviously because of red eyes. Normally, I never have red eyes in the graveyard, but when I have Future Fusion in there, I try to ditch 2 and 2 and just start off with two big beat sticks that special summon dragons from the graveyard. 1 Delta. I don't really synchro with this deck, but if I really need to, Delta is my best choice. I could go easily level 8, level 6, I could go for level 7, or I could also exceed it for the Leviathan Dragon. 2 Mass Dragons. I don't really like 3 just because it's too much defensive for this deck. I try to go a little bit offensive, but I don't have that many targets besides the Delta Flyer and Exploder Dragon, and also the Mass Dragons.
Ew, that one's not a super.
1 Exploder Dragon. He's really good. Most people don't really run him that I know of, but basically you could run into a Mass Dragon, summon him, and it'll make your opponent choose to actually really attack him or not. And also when you attack with him, you take no battle damage, so it's also a plus. You could instant suicide with him. 3 Totem Dragons again, because I run so many high level monsters in this deck. He's also a really good start. Set him or summon him with Mass Dragon, you have an instant 2 tribute monster. Decoy Dragon. Honestly, not many people run him that I've seen in Dragon decks run. But he's a really good stall card, especially when you have high level dragons in the graveyard. You know, they run into a mass dragon, pop in or summon to him, and then basically your opponent will not attack him, and it's a good stall card. One Dark Hole, a good staple. I don't really like using it because I don't like destroying my monsters, but if the situation doesn't look good, I have no choice. One Gold Sark. I used to run 2, but I often start with 2 Gold Sarks, and I don't like having 2 Gold Sarks because then it's basically a waste of a space. One Heavy, obviously a staple. One Monster. Book of Moon. 2 Forbidden Chalices. I like these cards because if you have a Kokomito Drago and you summon it and you have a Red Eyes on the field, you can't summon the Red Eyes. So what you could do is Forbidden Chalice the Kokomito Drago and special summon the Red Eyes. And also is also versatile. It's basically, for this deck, it's basically effect Baylor for the deck, but it's also quick play, so you can use it during your turn also. 2 Lances. These are also good. I often use them just because your monster loses 800, so you could target your monster or your opponent's monster, and they basically run into a lower level mass dragon or something like that. And also it's a good defense card, so when you summon Red Eyes, you could protect them with this.
So it's -3/-3.
2 MSTs. Right now it's at 3. I'll stick with 2 side deck 1, just because, especially with Chaos, they don't run that many back row, so there's no point in having back row, too much back row destruction.
He's just gonna keep cutting it down.
Obviously, 1 Future Fusion.
Better win.
2 Bottomless Trap Holes. Brushcraft is really good, especially you just tribute a high level monster and just blow up their whole field with 1 card.
Tap 2 lights and 4. Tap 2?
Mirror Force Torrential, staple,
You can't.
and 1 Call the Haunted.
No, you can't. No, you're not allowed. That's what it does. Whole game, you're not allowed.